Hi. How you all doing? Okay? Thanks for coming and hanging. I think the weirdest thing about the live stream for me is starting it, because when I press play, you all aren't there. Nobody's there. So arguably when I start talking, all of you that are showing up right now, you don't hear the beginning of that, do you? I hope you're doing okay. I hope you had a good day. It's nice to be with you again. Let's play some songs and tell some stories, huh? I thought that I might start just playing a couple. Skip a couple stories. And then we'll get into the storytelling, okay? Got this chain around my ankle. It's keeping me in the company of thieves. And I be proud man in the mirror, but I won't be till I leave. Carry this weight upon my shoulder, heavier now as the day is long, and it don't take a wise man to know that I got to move along. I've been locked inside your prison, being like your slave. Wasting time out in crime, it's every outside game. Don't care what you promise, keep me hanging on, girl. I'm gone. Got this rope wrapped tight around me. I let you tie me up, take control. You held my body for so long. Now it's time to free my soul. Inside your prison, being like your slave. Wasting time out in crime, it's every outside game. Don't care what you promise to keep me hanging on, girl. In your hair, I'll be the enemy. I'll be a memory. Yeah, I'm gone, gone, gone. I've been locked inside your prison, yeah, being like your Nice to start off with a little anger sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to... Okay, so I feel like this is the compromise. I'm cutting off a little bit of the tap of the head there, but I'm not. For those of you that care about the guitar playing and want to see it, you can see it. So. Do you have your whiskey with you? I'm still trying to determine how many of you all out there are hanging with like your families, with kids. How many kids are actually watching this right now, right? As many of you know, most of my shows tend to include a lot of adult language. I'm trying to clean up my ways to make this a family-friendly evening gathering each night. It's still going to involve drinking, though. Raise up your glasses. Let us drink to the wind at our backs. It always blows steady wherever you roam. Lay a ton when you're ready to carry you home. You keep you ahead of the rain. Raise up your glasses. Let us drink to the heavens above. Some say it's a glimpse of God's great design. Some say it's the science of all things combined. May we look up and always feel wonder. Here is to us and all that we see. Here's to our hearts and the air that we breathe. Here's to company. Here's to the drink that we share. Raise up your glasses. Let us drink to this time that we had. These moments pass lightly, won't come again. May our lives all burn brightly, right up to the end. May we live them with joyous abandon. Raise up your glasses. Let us drink to tday. Let us drink to the work. The working is through. Let us drink one to me. Let us drink one to you. Let us drink one to those who aren't with us. Here is to us and all that we see. Here's to our hearts and the air that we breathe. Here's to a ride in good company. Here's to the future. Here's to the past. Let us drink one down slow. Let us drink one down fast. Let us drink one as this night is our last. Here's to the drink that we share. Oh, here's to the drink that we share. Cheers. I couldn't sleep last night. Any of you having fitful nights? It's funny, I woke up and we all have scary dreams sometimes, obviously, but and you wake up and you find that you're in your home and everything's normal. Now, I woke up in the middle of the night and I had this realization that the reality that I was waking up to was more messed up than my dream. And that kept me up for a while. And it's such a weird time. And I don't know about you all, but it's hard, right? Because we're getting all these inputs, these news inputs, talking about the spread of this virus. And we have a bunch, by the way, for those of you watching, we have a bunch of doctors and nurses on the front line putting themselves at risk every single day and coming and hanging with us here because it makes them feel better. How great is that? This is what I wanted to say. It feels intangible right now. It feels surreal, right? We're hearing about the growth rate of this disease. And I don't know about you all. I'm locked in my damn house, so I don't see it firsthand. And it's really hard to look out the window and see a normal world outside. And know that it's upside down right now, right? First story behind a song. This happened, I got a friend, a great artist, by the way, who's probably out there, probably live streaming tonight or at some point. His name's Pat McGee from Rhode Island. Pat is known for putting together these awesome, like, little adventure, concert, trip, festival type things. He has one every year that he does called the Ocean State of Mind. Ocean State of Mind. Ocean State, Rhode Island. He brings in a bunch of artists, I don't know, 20, 30 of us. And there are 3 days and we all hang out for 3 days. We all play songs and sit in with each other, swap stories. It's a bit of a party too. Music goes throughout the days and the nights. We came into the Ocean State of Mind, me and my bandies, and we played. We just went in there and we ripped a set on. I think it was a Sunday night or something like that. We ended up watching the rest of the music, partying, late in the evening. My bandies had a lift home that night, back to Boston, and I was scheduled to play some acoustic stuff the next day. I ended up staying in a crash pad with about, 30 other sketchy, shady musician types. I woke up the next morning and I was not feeling well. It was a rainy, kind of a bleak day, drizzly, and I walked out and I walked. I got up early for some reason and I grabbed a cup of coffee and I grabbed my guitar and I went for a walk in the drizzly rain with the guitar. It was my metal guitar, my resonator guitar, and I walked down to the dock. This hotel we were staying was down in the dock. And this was long before coronavirus was even a thing, right? But it was still during this time when we seem to live in these news bubbles and we seem to be bombarded by messaging every single day. That, in conjunction with my hangover, sparked the first line of this song. That's better. Last night was a rocky one. Tonight is coming soon. The rain keep falling heavy on my head. My brothers and my sisters holding hands and marching on. It's the only thing that gets me out of bed. And I may cross the river Jordan. I may face the rising tide. Well, I got a simple plan to get us through these stormy days. Hold on to each other, find a way. We got to hold on to each other, find a way. We got the preachers on the left, politicians on the right, and the news shouts panic everywhere we turn. But when the ones who talk the loudest also pay themselves the most, you better question what they're trying to make you learn. And I may cross the river Jordan, I may face rising tide. Well, when their cards are on the table, there's only one good hand to play. Hold on to each other, find a way. We got to hold on to each other, find a way. I am marching for tomorrow, but sometimes I do despair that I don't possess the will to carry on. But my brothers and my sisters keep me tethered to the wheel, and I know they'll keep on singing when I'm gone. And I may cross river Jordan, I may face rising tide. Let our voices be a beacon until we live in better days. Hold on to each other, find a way. Ascend in our darkest hour, this is what we must relay. Some housekeeping on that song. Important. I always have a mission with my bandies, some of whom I know are hanging with you all tonight out there. To always be pushing the boundaries of what feels comfortable for us, musically. That could mean a lot of different things, but when I brought this song, I was playing this song like that, just like I played it. That's how I wrote it. But when I brought it to the band, I was hearing something different. I felt like this song could be a metaphor for so many things, including this awesome little family that I get to share on stage. So we decided to come up with an a cappella version of this song. And it has been one of our favorite things to play out. Some nights we do it better than other nights. But man, we have been really enjoying working our asses off on this one. And if some of you know, we've been working on a new album, and that song was one of the songs that is gonna be on the new album. And we decided that we would finish it up. Not only would we finish it up, but we would make a music video for it, and we would release it as a single way before the album even came out. And that release date is going to be this Friday night after our live stream. We are gonna go directly from our live stream. We are all gonna jump on YouTube, and we're gonna watch the video for the first time when it comes out. I'm really excited about that. So I hope you feel like joining us. And if Karina is out there messaging with you all, there is a link that she will share that will, if you click on it, you can join our Facebook, our YouTube channel. And that way you can get heads up whenever we're releasing a video, but especially this Friday night, you'll know when the video is live, because it will tell you. I'm gonna share with you right now one of the first songs I ever wrote, and I'm gonna tell you the story behind it. I was getting ready to graduate college. And I don't know, I grew up comfortable. In a little suburb outside of Boston. I went to a comfortable school. Had a comfortable education. And I became distinctly aware as I got older and older that comfort is a luxury that most people in the world don't have. And I felt like I needed to experience that a little bit. I felt like I needed to understand what it was like for most people to really have to work. And so my mission was to head up to Canada. I don't know why I chose Canada. And become a farmer for a little while. My mom's ex-boyfriend from high school was a used car dealer in Connecticut, and he sold me a van for $700. My friends called the kidnapper van. And in the back, I put a rug and a little hibachi stove, very safe, a little futon. And I just, man, I headed out to Chicago. I saw some friends out there, and then I went north. I crossed the border, north of Minnesota, and I started driving through Canada, up over the Great Lakes, north and then east. And I would go to each town, and I would go into the bar, small towns, right? I would go into the bar or the general store, and I'd say, "Hey, where's the farmer in town?" And they'd point me in the direction of the farmer, and I would go out, and I would ask the farmer if they were looking to hire somebody, and they would say no, and I'd drive on to the next town. And this happened for weeks and weeks. I was on this kind of existential kind of mission, you know, and I found myself in the town of Nipigon one night. I will never forget that name because I'd been on my own, not really talking to anyone, just driving around in a van. And I loved the sound. I had long since started to talk to myself at that point, and I loved that word Nipigon. I was driving into town, and it was another rainy day, drizzly, nasty day, just like this, what inspired the last song, you know. I remember driving into Nipigon! I was screaming it. Windows down, Nipigon! Came in, it was late, and I was gonna sleep in my van, and I had some, like, you know, canned beans or something I was eating, and I went to the bar in town, and I wanted to get a beer, and I'd just sit down, but really I wanted to be in a little bar for a little while in Nipigon and see what was going on, and I had a crazy night there. I was sitting on the edge of the bar, and I was reading a book. I think I was reading a Hemingway book or something. Didn't take long for some of the locals to notice the strange kid sitting at the end of the bar reading a book in the middle of the bar, right? I remember it was a wooden bar. It was kind of an L shape, and then on the outside of the bar, so the bar was like that, and then the bartender was on the outside of the square, right? And on the inside was the open area in the bar, and there was a big round kind of table there, and there were a bunch of loud fucking guys at that table, man. And they said, "Hey, what you reading?" And it was, and from then on, it was, the night became more and more epic. I ended up getting dragged over to that table, and they were, and I never knew quite how to describe this because they described themselves as Indians. And I feel comfortable using the term Native Americans. They're a bunch, there's a big tribal area in Nipigon, and not a lot of work. And it was really interesting too because it was such a small area. One of the guys at the table was actually in jail, but he had to, they like let him out each weekend because the local sheriff didn't want to sit around and babysit him in jail, and so he could go home during the weekend and then he'd have to come back. And they were all sitting around the table gambling and talking, and we were drinking beers, and it became a late, amazing night. I woke up the next morning and I was hurt, and I was driving down the road, and it was still rainy and drizzly, and I was way running out of money, and I was thinking what a crazy, idiotic mission this was, to find work on a farm up in Canada. About midday, the skies parted. It stopped raining, and it wasn't midday. It was the afternoon, because as soon as the skies parted, there was this rainbow. It shone right through the entire sky. I'd never seen a rainbow so big and huge across the whole panorama of my windshield. I was driving down into a valley, and there were these hills on my left side, and on the other side of the hills, the sun was setting, and I said to myself, oh man, I gotta find a place to pull off and see this sunset, you know. It was on my left, and I started driving faster because the sun was gonna go down, you know, and the peaks were to my left. And I turned the van off to the left, in the direction of the sunset. I just wanted to sit, and those days I would find a sunset wherever I was, and that's when I would do most of my writing. I knew that I wanted to see this sunset. For some reason, this sunset became a metaphor for me. I don't know, finding success on my journey. And as I turned left, and as this road started winding down into the hills and into mountains above me got higher and higher, and I was losing the sun behind the hills, you know. And then I found this little spot where they had begun to cut a fire lane up the side of this giant hill. Fire lane, you know, where they, you know, when the trees are really thick, they'll cut a swath of trees down, and so if there is a fire, it will hopefully slow it down. But they hadn't cleared the trees from the cut on the fire lane, but it was a window. At least I saw a path straight to the top of to this hill, mountain, cliff, I don't know, but I felt like on the other side I was gonna see my sunset. And so I screeched the van over, I pulled over, and then I slung my guitar over my shoulder, and I started running up this hill. Climbing over these trees. It had been raining for 2 days, right? It had been raining for 2 days, and so everything got soaked right off the bat. I was soaked, and I was tripping over trees, and I was not long before my chest was blazing, burning from trying to run up a fucking hill, and I was bleeding from about 2 or 3 different spots, and I ripped my jeans, and I just knew for some reason I wanted to get to the top of the hill, and then I finally got to the top. The sun had long since gone down, or so I thought at that point. I started running through the trees, and suddenly on the other side, the trees just stopped, and there was this cliff. It was this cliff that went straight down. The trees stopped, and there was this cliff that went straight down, overlooking this valley, with the sun setting on the other side of the valley. And it was one of the most beautiful things that I had ever seen, you know. I sat up there with my guitar, and I started playing. I wanted to write songs. It was one of the most inspiring moments of my entire life. But here's the twist. I think I was the only human to have been up on that cliff, probably in a year, and the mosquitoes were so bad, I could barely even stand without them covering my arms and my legs. I could barely play, right? And so that became a metaphor, right? For, you know, you can chase after your dreams, and even if you catch them, it's not going to be a fairy tale. It's not going to be like what you expected. It was years later. It was the end of the year, my senior year in college. I had a final due the next day. I knew I had to hand it in. It was like a final paper, and I didn't do it. I just ended up standing on my bed, and I was thinking about that day, and I wrote this song. Originally, this song was called Well, someone's going to have to help me out, because I want to say The Boy. It was The Boy. It was originally called The Boy. It eventually got rewritten to become a boy song. That's a whole other story we'll get into another time. And I want to dedicate this to somebody. I have seen there is a person that has been online. Her name is Donna, and she was a waitress in Chicago my very first year playing music. This song, The Boy, was the first song I ever played out at my first open mic. It's the first song I ever wrote that I really shared with people. And it was a song that I made a little demo of, and I gave it to a place called the Java Thai, where Donna was a waitress in Chicago. And when I started playing music, I would play there, and nobody would be in the Java Thai except Donna behind the counter. And I would play this song for her. A boy wakes up from his dream, jumps out of the bed and knows that he will conquer the world. Looks up at the sun, he smiles because his light shines just as bright. Join the chorus of his heart and notes combined and shout. I've got to see through stormy eyes, 'cause I'm made from wind and I'm cut from skies. Starving and free, dizzy and strong, I will sing a boy's song. Yeah. Haphazard motion of his dreary, dismal day brings the song out from within his memory. And he knows that like a direction that directs the intuition of the undaunted mind. Singing softly to a voice, he stifles voices in his heart. Scream. I've got to see through stormy eyes, 'cause I'm made from wind and I'm cut from skies. Starving and free, dizzy and strong, I will sing a boy's song. Yeah. I've got to see through stormy eyes, 'cause I'm made from wind and I'm cut from skies. Starving and free, dizzy and strong, how we sang a boy's song. Yeah. Die before I will bring my friends, my soul, take it when my bleeding heart runs through my six breast lanes, moving out true. Ooh, ooh, ooh. 20-minute damn story for a 3-minute song. The boys actually, and I think I saw, and like I said, I can't really see the comments because they flash by, and I try to be present in the songs that I'm singing, but I thought, I saw Supergirl out there wanting to hear the original, and I will do that one of these days if you guys would like. I had rewritten that song and turned it into a boy's song from The Boy, and it's a little bit different. And but these days I've been liking the newer version better. It feels more like what I was trying to express back then in some ways. What none of you know is the boy or a boy's song was actually the first in a series of 3 songs that I wrote. One of which was The Boy was released, and this song I'm about to share with you was released, and then there's another song that I never released, and but it was supposed to talk about there was a boy, and then there was the second song, the second chapter was The Plight of the Younger Man was the name of the song. Maybe I will dig back into that so I can play it for you sometime. But I thought that I would share with you the song that I wrote about that boy character when he was an older man. It's a song called Thought Design, and so you will notice there's a reference to the boy in this song, So my thinking was kind of like this was the character in a boy's song who is now an old man, and the next boy is coming to talk to him. Anyways, something to listen for while you're listening to this. I'm gonna tune this a little better. I'm sorry. Turned 72 on a Tuesday morning. I woke up slowly and got out of bed. Had a cup of joe, walked out my front door where the boy, he saw me and he said, man, you must have paid your dues. And I was just wondering what I may have to lose. If you could spare a moment of sentiment and generosity, I could dig on your wisdom at a high price I would gladly pay twice. But if you want to know the colors underneath my old skin, I don't know where to begin. It's my thought design. It's my ever searching lines. It's my mysteries confined. It's my thought design. I saw this little girl on my way to the store. She's looking out the backseat window of the family car door. She was watching the ice as it froze to the pane from the wind and the driving rain. She was mesmerized, watching a crystal's form like 5 minutes before, as she explored the upholstery of the car door. And I understood then that the excitement she found in the world was the reason she'd soon grow from a girl. I wanted to see through her eyes. I wanted to see my light bright in the sky. I wanted adventure and being alive. And as I stood there, I realized it's her thought design. It's It's her ever-searching eyes. It's a mystery she's can't find. It's a thought design. Well, it's a weird thing, this storytelling thing. Because, as you may have figured out, I like to talk sometimes. I enjoy spinning a yarn or two. And I know that there's a whole range of people that are watching right now. Some people know the music really, really well and are really excited to dig super deep. And some people just want me to shut the hell up and sing, I'll bet you. So we will keep doing these story nights if you would like. And we'll intersperse them with some more less talky nights. How's that? How about I tell a story behind a piano song? What do you think? Oh gosh. Okay. We're gonna go through this again. Here we go. Okay. Wow, it gets a tiny bit less awkward each time, maybe. Maybe no less awkward. Okay, I'm kidding myself. I went on a trip with my dad. When I graduated high school, we decided we were going to go on a trip together. That was my graduation present. It was pretty cool. We flew down to Venezuela together, me and my daddy. Boys' adventure. Weeks. Maybe it was a week. Probably a week. It's a little foggy. Some amazing moments, some scary moments. We had ourselves an adventure. It was one of the last nights before we were going to fly out. We were in Caracas. Pops was tired and he was going to bed, and I was 18 years old, so I could drink. So I said, all right, I'm gonna go downstairs and have a beer at the bar. And he said, all right. That was really cool. Just graduating high school, and just the concept of going down to a bar and having a beer on my own. Not to mention in Venezuela. a big moment for me, just doing that. I had a beer, and lo and behold, as if things couldn't get any better, a beautiful woman comes up to me. And she starts talking to me in broken English and me in broken Spanish. It was an amazing kind of a moment. And we started talking, and I like to hear people's stories, so I started asking her questions about her life, and come to find out about, I don't know, 20 minutes, 30 minutes into the conversation, she was a prostitute that had come over and thought I might be interested. And at that point, I'd found out all about her family and her kids and all that stuff. And I can't, it's a little foggy, but I think it went something like, why don't I give you the money that I have, and you stay and have a drink with me? We'll talk a little bit more, and we'll call it a night. And it was turned into such a cool memory. Years later, I was working on this song, and I kind of put myself in a different place. I put myself as an older person in East Boston in the middle of the day drinking, but same situation. It was that situation that this song speaks of. And I ended up writing a song with my buddy John Oates. We call Hold Each Other Now. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm drunk at the bar. She comes and sits down beside me. Says, boy, I don't know how lucky you are. I've got a place round the corner. We can go to your car. I could take you to heaven. It don't cost much to see God. With a emptiness inside us could easily divide us. But if we hold each other now, mercy, kindness just may remind us to hold each other. When you're tired of the table, which your life is at stake, when your heart's lost its rhythm, you owe more than you make, when you're holding it together, but your grip is starting to break, come and sit down beside me. We'll drink one to our mistakes. With this emptiness inside us Mercy, kindness, just made in mind us to hold each other now. Hold each other. Hold each other. I know when it's raining, just like I know when I'm alone. We stumble through lives, just like I'm about to stumble on. Gave that woman a 50, told her to take it and go. And I hope where she's headed, it's mercy she knows. Where the sentiment inside us and easily divided. We hold each other now. Mercy, kindness, just may remind us to hold each sentiments inside us. Hold each other now. Mercy and kindness. Coming back around. Oh. Okay. There we go. How about singing one with me to finish up this night, okay? No more stories, we'll just sing. Thank you for hanging out with me. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to be posting a song on Facebook. Not on Facebook. God, my brain is shot tonight. On Instagram, on our little Adam Ezra Group Instagram account. I'm going to call it The Morning After Leftover. I was thinking, I was talking to my friends at Well Told, who are amazingly keeping this little concert series afloat these days, and they thought it would be fun to finish with the song that I post on Instagram tomorrow morning. So as soon as we say goodnight, if you wake up and you feel like checking it out, come and visit me over there, okay? Sweet like a melon, sly like a felon. I've been watching you dance all night. This party's slowing. How about going? Wanna walk with me outside? The stars are out. sunrise. I don't want to wait for my time. You ain't ready to stop this, so run around, let your hair fall down. Let your hair fall down. I'm a whiskey drinker, late night thinker. I've been wanting to figure you out. I like tea with my honey, and I don't have much money, but I can show you what life is about. The world's as big as we can dream. What if we only had tonight? What if we never seen the sunrise? I don't want to wait for the right time. You ain't made to stop this and run around. Let your hair fall down. Let your hair fall down. It may not look like much, my tattered rags and such. Look at you all dressed in white, and it may not run in your pack, but I will get your back. What if we only had tonight? What if we did?